What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw Ultra Ego Vegeta. Awesome! Now to begin this tutorial, all you have to do is check the description box where you can see all the materials I'm going to use for this tutorial with Amazon product links. First, we are going to draw Vegeta by using a pencil. Next, we are going to ink the drawing by using some inking pens. And finally, we are going to use the Copic markers for the coloring. So, without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, I drew a perfect square. Each side is 4 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. Just make sure to use a suitable paper size. Once you drew the square, we can start by drawing the shape of his face. For this one, I want the 3/4 pose. So we're gonna draw his face in an angle, and then I'm gonna cross it in the middle by using 2 lines. Those lines will indicate the center of his face. Next, I'm gonna draw those 2 lumps above the eyes. It's the same design as Goku's Super Saiyan 3. And the most important part is to use curves. We don't want to have a normal straight line. We want to give it a little curve to make it look more interesting. As you can see, the right eye appears bigger because of the angle. It's closer to us, so it will look much bigger. Next, we'll draw the eyes by using 3 diagonal lines. We'll add the cheek marks right underneath with a very small margin. And then we can draw the nose by using 5 lines. And as you can see, I'm using the same guidelines to help me draw the nose right in the center. Awesome, next we are going to add is a cocky smile with a very tiny margin from the nose. We'll do that just by drawing 2 lines and some wrinkle right next to it. Next we'll indicate the chin, the bottom lip. And I'm just gonna do some more refinement. I think that the jaw should be a little more narrow. Awesome, and now we are going to draw the eyes. So we'll begin by drawing the iris and then add the pupil. Awesome, and now we can move on to the hair. So first I want to get his hairline, his massive forehead, and I'm gonna do that simply by drawing the letter M, again using the same guidelines we used before. And now I can draw the ear. Now ignore this part, I drew the ear slightly up than it should be. So I'm just gonna erase it and draw it again. You want to start by drawing the shape of the ear and only then add the details. This is basically what we are going to do for this entire tutorial. Once I got the ear, I can add Vegeta's earring. I still have no idea what it means as I don't read the manga. And now just fixing the hairline. Awesome, and now we can move on to the torso. So just like I said before, we want to get the overall shape of the torso, and only then we can add the details, the muscles. The first line was to indicate the center of the torso, and then the chest and the shoulders. Next we'll draw the neck muscles and his Adam's apple. again pointing to the center of the torso. Next, we'll use some line to indicate his gi. And then we can add the chest muscles. Now we are going to refine the shoulder by adding the muscles. We basically got three heads: the interior head, the lateral head, and the posterior head. Awesome, and now we are going to refine his gi just by adding some tears to the shirt. As you can see, I'm doing it by using some confident lines, very sharp, very random, but they all point to the right side. It can be because the wind comes from the left side or just because it looks good. Next, we'll add some creases to the shirt. Awesome, and now we can add some veins. Now I noticed that I didn't tell you before that I drew the veins on his forehead, but I hoping that you did. And to create the veins, we just want to use some wavy lines, kinda drawing the letter Y in some different variations, spreading it all over the body. Awesome! And now we can move on to the hair. So just like before, we'll start by drawing the shape of the hair, kind of drawing a flame pointing to the right side. And then we'll add all the locks of hair, all the spikes, and we'll do that by using 3 to 4 lines. Sometimes it can be 2 lines. The most important part is to draw them with some nice curves to get the feeling of a hair. We don't want it to be too sharp and too straight. As you can see, I'm doing some adjustments along the way. Then I'm adding some details to the hair simply by drawing some curved lines in the shape of the spike that we drew. And we are done with the sketching part. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. So before we start with the inking process, I want you guys to take a small break to do some stretching, loose your arms a little bit, take a deep breath, and we can proceed. Okay. So for the inking process, I'm gonna use some inking pens. Normally the size of the pen I'll be using can be 0.1, 0.2, sometimes 0.3. It really depends on what you like and feel is more right for you. The most important part in the inking process is to be patient, to have a steady hand, and to rotate the page so you can ink in the natural motion of the hand. Kinda use your wrist as a pivot and just go all over the lines. You can do it by pulling lines or by pushing lines. And once you get to that ultra instinct level, you can just finish the inking process by snapping your fingers. Just like that. Now I recommend to add some bruises to Vegeta. I think it will look much cooler, but that will be your decision. Now to create those bruises, I'm just gonna draw some straight lines right next to each other, and then we are going to get rid of all those sketching lines, all the pencil lines, cleaning the page very well because we don't want to smear any lead once we use the Copic markers. Awesome! So, once it's clean, I'm gonna use the Copic markers. As you guys can see on the screen, these are the Copic codes we are going to use. We got purple for the hair, ranging from the brightest color to the mid-tone and then to the darkest color. We got the blues for his gi, we got the yellow for the earring, and of course we got the brown for his skin tone. So first we're gonna color his gi. I'm gonna start with the darkest color, which in that case will be the black color. Next I'm gonna use a dark blue, and as you guys can see, I'm coloring in the direction of the creases, pulling and pushing, creating some nice brush strokes. Next, I'm gonna use a lighter blue and I'm gonna blend the colors. And finally, I'm gonna use an even brighter tone to do some more blending. And this is the result we want to get out of the colors. And now we're going to do the same process for the skin. So just like before, I'm gonna start with the darkest color, the darkest tone. I'm gonna color the most shaded areas. And in this case, our light source will come from the left side, which of course means that the right side will be darker because it gets less light. Next I'm gonna use the mid-tone, that's a brighter brown. Again coloring with the direction of the shape, filling all the blank area. And then using the brighter tone to blend all the colors. Awesome. Next we're going to color the earring using some yellow colors, although those are some yellow mustard colors as well. And again, using the same method of blending. Once we are done with that, we can move on to his hair. We'll use a very dark purple, coloring the darkest areas of the hair. Following up, we'll use the mid-tone, a slightly brighter color of purple, coloring in the direction of the spike. And then we'll use the brighter tone, blending all the colors, creating a very smooth transition. And if you want to give the hair a nice texture, you can also use a purple color pencil. Now here's a quick tip for you guys. If you've been following my tutorials, you know that already. If by any chance you colored outside of the lines, no worries, you can take the colorless blender, and what you want to do is just soak the color just like that. Next, we're going to color the eyes by using the same colors of the hair, but we'll use an even brighter tone to create a nice highlight. And as you guys can see, I used some very bright gray to create a nice shade, the shade that comes from his lumps above the eyes. Awesome, so to finish up this drawing, all we have to do is add some blood, and we'll do that by using a red color pencil, just drawing some straight lines over the bruised areas. Awesome, so the last thing to do is either lower the volume or turn it up, but just don't say I didn't warn you. And we are done! Everybody. This is how you draw Ultra Ego Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super. Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to sign up to my ultimate drawing course, make sure to go ahead and sign to the waiting list first, so you can get a very special discount. The link is in the description box. That's it for today, keep being awesome, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.